gonna do some artwork on Gown Diane's, and this is Sadie's, then
Grandma Carol's.
Grandma Carol's, and then Mom's. So, and got some ropes over here.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Akoya. I make lifestyle, homemaking, and motherhood videos here on YouTube. Today we are hanging out with the kids. We have a lot to get done. As you know, we are going to be going to see Avery's family here in a couple days. So I have been packing, getting snacks ready. If you missed the last video, you can check that out for all of my traveling with toddler tips. But today we are getting a little Christmas gift ready for the grandmas and aunts. The kids and I have been planning this for quite some time. I actually made aprons and sewed them myself. I would say I probably would not recommend that if you have toddlers, if you haven't been sewing in a while. I have not been sewing since we did that couch project at my sister's, which I don't even know if I shared that yet, but I really should because it did turn out super cool and it took a lot of time. But today we're doing the aprons, but what I really wanted to do is make them extra special since our grandmas and aunts don't all live by us. So we're putting the kids' handprints on them. I just bought some fabric paint. It's kind of by the puffy paint and where did we get this? I think at Joann's, but it's also at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and I think Walmart even carries it. So pretty much anywhere there's crafting stuff, you can find some fabric paint, especially in white or black. They have more options, at the larger craft stores. But I did find out after doing this, it turned out so cute. But it is really important that you grease your kids' hands, use a coconut oil or some kind of lotion. I used one that is for our cloth diapers for just a preventative hydrating balm. And I used that when I did Arkin's hands, which I don't think I got a video of. I just got Onder and Ackley doing their hands, but definitely make sure you oil your kids' hands. This took us so long to get off of their hands, and I felt so bad because it was so sticky, but it turned out so cute. And my mom and Avery's mom loved these, and they were so special. I do plan to, if we have any more kids and they keep their aprons, see if they want us to add the handprints to them. So just in case you're needing an idea for next year, or even Mother's Day is, going to be here before we know it, you could start this project now or just order some aprons off of Amazon or something. I'll link a couple and the fabric paint I used in the description in case it is something you want to do with your kids. I even made one for myself and it is so cute. You'll see it later in the video. But as we were doing this, we were talking about, Christmas and how special it is to give gifts and why we give gifts, how, Jesus was the ultimate gift to us and we give gifts in remembrance of that and just to share our love with each other. Are these two not the cutest thing ever? I had to leave that in there. They're giggling and playing. Okay, so now we are a week and a half, 2 weeks later. We're at Diane and Tony's house, and we are getting ready to do some Christmas cookie baking. I've been trying to think of things that we can make traditions for our family, and I thought, how fun would it be to just decorate some Christmas cookies? We could do it anytime in December. I think you might have seen our short. We did gingerbread house decorating, and that was really fun. So we're just going to make some cutout cookies. This is definitely something after doing it that I will not be doing every month. The kids had a lot of fun, but for me it was a lot of work mentally to stay calm and not get overwhelmed at the amount of things going on. But the cookies turned out fantastic. So I will also leave the recipe for these. We did gingerbread and sugar cookies, both with my sourdough start that I have been working on all year. Like, that was my big overarching goal for the year, was get really good at sourdough. So this is kind of my last thing. I thought, you know what, how fun to try it. We're going to be seeing a lot of people, so if they're terrible, everyone can try them. If they're really good, everyone can try them. And either way, I won't have to eat all these cookies myself or feel bad about like throwing them in the garbage or something. So they actually turned out fantastic. They were so yummy. And the recipes were pretty simple and didn't require too much like finagling. The hardest part was definitely just cutting them out, especially with the kids, because they were so excited. But like the dough, especially the gingerbread dough, was really hard to work with, very sticky. So since it was so delicious, I definitely would make it again, but it was a lot of work. But these kids were so cute. Pretty much we did the whole cookie thing, and it was a lot of fun. I think I will do it again next year. I'm saving these recipes, and I feel like every year, if that was something we were doing, like Anders getting to the age where he really understands like the whole process and could be more involved. Ackley was honestly such a good listener. For being 2, he was doing great. So I'm really looking forward to doing it again, and I hope that they have great memories of making cookies with Mom and just sharing things. I'd really love to know if you guys have any traditions that you like to do with your kids. I know being a mom, you're trying to do so much, and there are so many things going on around your house, within your home, just your day-to-day tasks, and then adding to that visiting family and friends, buying gifts, and maybe making extra special meals or any of those family gatherings that can really make the season beautiful and wonderful, but can also make it very hard mentally for you because there's just so many things going on. So I really try to just set a few intentions kind of in October, like this is what I'm thinking I'd like to do, and do the same things every year. I feel like that establishes core memories for your kids and makes it special. They like that routine, repetition, and knowing what to anticipate. And we start talking about how we're going to do those things well in advance so that we can, all be on the same page, be excited. And I think that anticipation can make some of these things even more fun. Oh my goodness, Ackley is so funny here, saying, wash hands, wash hands. You're just cuties. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so a few of the things that I've started to do as traditions is decorating their Christmas tree. I think you guys saw that a few videos back, and that is one of the things I remember from my childhood that was just beyond special to me. So we've been doing that every year and adding like 1 ornament or 2 ornaments to their tree, and that has just been a blast. This Christmas cookie making and decorating, by the way, their favorite part of this whole thing was actually putting the sprinkles on. So if you have little kids and you're like, no way are we making cutout cookies, just make I'll actually leave a link for the bar recipe of the sugar cookies I made, because it's almost identical. I think it just adds baking powder, and you make it like a whole bar and then frost them and cut them as like one huge cookie. And my kids loved just putting the sprinkles on those. Also, if you didn't see the sprinkles in the beginning, they're from Better Goods, a new brand at Walmart, and they are dye-free, and they taste fantastic, and they're not crunchy, so they didn't ruin the texture of the cookies. So keep that in mind. I know I saw some for Valentine's Day already and bought those, because I normally do like a little sprinkles on pancakes thing for Valentine's. Yeah, so keep that in mind if you like to do some of those fun little extra things for those holidays. Other traditions we've been incorporating for the month of December is Shepherd on the Search. It's kind of like Elf on the Shelf, but it's a little shepherd searching for the baby Jesus, following the star. And it comes with like a devotion book telling the whole story of Christmas and Jesus' birth that I really love. I feel like it's a fun way to do something, but include a more biblical focus in our home, because as much as I love the idea and the fun of Elf on the Shelf, I just don't want my kids, especially at this age, to get confused about the true meaning of Christmas and why we celebrate it. So that is another thing we've been doing. And how cute are these trees and the little gingerbread men? They were such a mess, honestly, to get them out of the little cookie cutter, and when you see me frost them, you're gonna die laughing at how they turned out. I ended up having to use sprinkles to make their faces, because they were looking like crazy, so crazy. This frosting is like an egg white powdered sugar, like a homemade royal icing, and it turned out really good, very delicious. Actually, like, made the cookies that much better, and I made it again when I did the sugar cookies as a bar for like a big family gathering that we did later. And then it dries hard, so you can stack the cookies. I still put like a little wax paper between them, or parchment, I don't really remember which one it was, just to make sure they didn't stick, but I'm pretty sure you could stick them together, like if you just put them on a tray for the day. I knew I was going to store mine for a few days, so I wanted something between them that would keep them from sticking. But this does get like a harder shell, but not so hard that you'd break your teeth, just hard enough to not be like gooey, sticky when they're touching each other. Okay, so enough about that frosting, back to these traditions. So making the cookies, doing the I do hot cocoa on the first snow. This year, since we were in Florida, we had to wait till Diane and Tony sent us a video of it snowing in Minnesota, so that's what we went off of for our first snow hot cocoa, which was actually so cute and super fun. Then the Christmas cookies and the gingerbread houses, Shepherd on the Search. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the other thing that I didn't do this year, but I'm really thinking I might want to do, is just like hanging stockings and doing like a stocking gift where it's more of like socks, underwear, toothbrushes, like more of those necessity type things, but just kind of like a fun surprise of like, oh, what will it be with like maybe something a little extra in it. I don't know. I feel like stockings, though, can become so expensive. So if that became our tradition, I think that would become the Christmas gift. Like, we wouldn't really do anything, maybe like a family gift, but not a specific gift, which honestly, now that we have 3 boys, probably would be a good idea. So I'm already thinking about next year, and it's the middle of January. Yeah, but hey, that's the best way to stay on a budget, is to be thinking about it in advance, come up with your idea, and then be looking for the items or whatever when they go on sale. So I love this trick where you just use a freezer bag. Definitely works best. You don't want to use like a really cheapy plastic bag to do the icing. A freezer bag is best, and then you can pipe it. I ended up smearing these out. It's not as precise as like an actual piping bag, but it is great for like quickly frosting getting the frosting on without it being all over the place. You could definitely let the kids help with this part. I also use this when I'm doing cupcakes or filling deviled eggs. So, such a good trick. And then other things I've been thinking about is just, what do we want for this new year? Like, as I've been enjoying the season of Christmas, I am looking towards the new year, and we've been having a lot of discussions about what that looks like for our family. I bet you and your family have also thought of that. I try not to set like a New Year's resolution, anything like work out every day, or I try not to go anything extremist, but I just try to think of like last year I decided, you know, I want to focus on getting better at sourdough. So I kind of, every month I try to do something that got me a little closer to that goal. This year, honestly, I haven't really decided what I want to do for sure. I'm kind of thinking that my focus is actually going to be this YouTube channel and just getting better at creating consistent content. I'd really like to, you know, be better at video editing and the voiceover things, upgrading equipment maybe as I see fit, but just really consistently posting and hanging out with you guys because I love this. This is what I want to do, but I think sometimes I put it on the back burner and then I'm disappointed when I get to the end of the month or the week and I feel like I just really like to invest a little bit more into making my content more consistent and more efficient so I can also spend more time with the kids. I really want to work on having planned activities, projects, events, incorporating them into more of my day-to-day activities like cooking and even cleaning and daily tasks. I just want to give them a little more autonomy, and in turn, hopefully that will lighten my load a little bit and allow me to spend a little more focused and concentrated time on creating content for you guys. Avery and I also are planning to start another channel, one that's more of an outdoors channel focusing on bows and doing some stuff. It will be more of a family channel. That's kind of the big thing we got for the kids this year is we're all gonna get into archery, and you probably saw earlier in that video that Ander got a bow and he was obsessed with it. So that is something to look forward to. I will link that channel down below in case you're interested in checking it out. We haven't posted anything yet, but thanks again for watching. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to share it with a friend, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So then push. Way down. Till we get all the way to the bottom.
I'm ready.
Pull it up. Okay. Very nice. All right. Now we're gonna do what? Yep. Right here. We're gonna do right here.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And now you push it. Okay. Wait. Let me get it.